Few players after January 1st were more efficient than Oklahoma City Thunder rookie Jalen Williams. In those 43 games, the 6'6", 211-pounder shot 52.5% from the field overall and 39% from three-point range. He ended up finishing second behind Paolo Banchero for the Rookie of the Year award. His improved play was a big reason the Thunder made the play-in tournament. Here's a look at what he did well, particularly in the second half of the season, and what still needs to improve. First off, Williams has terrific touch on drives, and even more impressive is how under control he is when he attacks the basket. Often you'll see him drive left, stop on a dime, and then spin into a one-handed scoop layup. His footwork is excellent, and he's able to pivot away from defenders and use his 7'2" wingspan to score on the move and over the top of contesters. He's able to replace a deficiency in speed with outstanding shiftiness and craftiness. After January 1st, he took 215 driving layups, floaters, or dunks, and made 55.8% of them, according to Second Spectrum. Among all players who took at least 200 of them in that time frame, that was the 14th best percentage. The top three in this category, in case you're curious, were De'Aaron Fox, Jaylen Brown, and Giannis Antetokounmpo. Another strength of his is his cutting. He and Josh Giddey are both outstanding at this. He's extremely sneaky off the ball and has a knack for catching defenders napping. After the start of the 2023 calendar year, J-Dub shot 81.3% on cutting layups, floaters, and dunks in the half court. The only player who had a better percentage during this time period per Second Spectrum was Domantas Sabonis. As you probably can tell from these clips, Williams dunks the ball a lot. For the season, he had 78 dunks, 34th most in the league, and number one among players listed 6'6" or under. He's also really good scoring in transition. The Thunder recorded the fourth most transition points during the 2022-23 season. After January 1st, Williams took 93 shots in transition, according to Second Spectrum, and made 61.3% of them, the 15th best percentage among those who attempted at least 75 transition shots during this time. From less than 5 feet out, Williams shot 67% throughout the season. The only player listed 6'6" or under who shot it better from this short distance with at least 300 attempts was De'Aaron Fox. Defensively, Williams showed a lot of promise. He accumulated 103 steals, tied with Herb Jones for 11th most. He also totaled 155 deflections, second most among rookies, behind Tari Eason. He took 6 charges, tied for 4th most among rookies. It's quite amazing how many good charge takers OKC has. The other Jalen Williams led the league in charges taken with 43 of them, while Kenrich Williams had the 4th most with 26 of them. Isaiah Joe took 20 of them. One of J-Dub's best games of the season came in the final week of the regular season against the Utah Jazz, when he erupted for 32 points on 12 of 15 overall shooting, 4 of 5 3-point shooting, and 4 of 6 free throw shooting to go along with 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. This was a game in which he really displayed a lot of variety. Here you see the drives and finishes. Once again, you see that high arcing scoop layup shot that he makes consistently. Here you see kind of a circus shot as he's falling out of bounds along the baseline. This is great body control and balance. The relentlessness on the glass and then finishing with authority here. He also made a couple catch and shoot threes. He of course ran the floor well. I thought this step back three-pointer was something maybe we'll see more of as he continues to gain more confidence. As far as his perimeter touch, shooting consistency outside the paint is going to be the thing to watch with Williams going forward. He only averaged 1 made three-pointer per game, which in today's NBA for an off-ball swingman is quite low. One thing I noticed that I thought was very interesting was that the Thunder took very few tightly contested three-pointers. In fact, they ranked number 2 in the league in taking the fewest threes, with a defender within 2 feet of the shooter. Very likely that is the reason OKC was a far better outside shooting team than most anticipated, considering all 3 of their starting backcourt players, SGA, Dort, and Giddey, are not known for their outside shooting. Early in the season, he wasn't getting to the free throw line much, but that started to change later in the year. In March, he took 64 free throws, but overall, he's not a huge contact seeker for someone who drives as much as he does. He averaged .062 shooting fouls per direct drive, according to Second Spectrum. That was 16th lowest among players who drove the ball at least 500 times. Josh Giddey had the 4th lowest mark at .035. Also, will his lack of speed and zip prevent him from being a more dynamic scorer? He's super smooth, crafty, and aggressive, but by no means is he a blow-by athlete. As long as he continues to show great touch shooting over defenders, this probably won't have that much of an adverse effect on him. As far as players he's like, if you look exclusively at his driving ability, there's a young James Harden in his game. Now, I want to emphasize that I don't think J-Dub will ever have Harden's overall playmaking or his contact initiating in his bag, but strictly off footwork and pace, he gives off some early career Harden vibes. Another player I feel he's a bit like is Caris LeVert. LeVert is known for his body control and always going at his preferred pace. He has a nice stop and start aspect to his drives, and it's like he's always weaving in and out of a maze when he attacks the basket. He's also very good in transition, just like J-Dub. A two-way off-ball swingman that he kind of reminds me of from years back is Kendall Gill. Gill was a tenacious on-ball defender who came up with a lot of steals, and then offensively, he had a nice blend of strength and craftiness, which J-Dub possesses as well. Just some general stats on Williams throughout the 2022-23 season. He averaged 14.1 points, 4.5 rebounds, 3.3 assists, 1.4 steals, and 0.5 blocks, while shooting 52.1% from the field overall, 35.6% from beyond the arc, and 81.2% from the free throw line. He had 3 double-doubles, and 17 times he scored at least 20 points. So that'll wrap up this video. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe.